to the official Six Vinyl launch in partnership with Historic Royal Palaces and TikTok, where we will be live streamed to the entire Queendom and beyond. Yes, that's right. My name is Tia Coffey, and you may know me from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 2. Now, that makes me an official queen, and a queen who happens to be a massive fan of Six. From Aragon to Berlin, Seymour to Cleves, Howard to Parr, I followed this amazing British musical created by the royally brilliant Toby Marlow and Lucy Moss since the beginning, and I'm delighted to be here celebrating and leading you all in these festivities on our live stream on TikTok. So this afternoon we are very excited to be joined by Toby and Lucy, and we are reuniting them with our album queens, who will be spilling the tea on the recording process and giving us a glimpse into the history, or as we like to call it, herstory, of the album. And they don't know this yet, but we've got a few surprises up our green sleeves, including a never-before-seen performance and a glittering finale you won't want to miss. Dramatic ooh. So we figured a third birthday celebration needed a resplendent palace, which is why we are here at Banqueting House in London. This particular building has seen its fair share of royal knees-ups, and we're delighted to be live streaming from one of Henry's old haunts, where he lived with just some of his wives, thanks to our partners at Historic Royal Palaces. Not only that, to celebrate the success of the studio album, we are delighted to celebrate the fact that for the first time, the studio album of Six is coming to vinyl, and we'll be giving everyone on TikTok a first look at that as well. Ooh! Oh, it's camp, isn't it, dear? But we need you to celebrate and help get involved. So all week, we've been asking the Queendom to submit their questions, but there is still time to drop them in the comment box. So if there's anything you've always wanted to know, get asking, and we can ask as many questions as we can. Now, as you all know, Six came about thanks to the creative minds of Toby Marlow and Lucy Moss, two university students that met at Cambridge and wondered what would happen if Tudor wives' lives were turned into a musical. And the rest is herstory. So to get things started properly, I'd like you to welcome two VIQs, that's very important queens, who created the smash hit show we all love, here onto the stage. Please put your hands together for Toby Marlow and Lucy Moss.
You must think that I'm crazy. You wanna replace me, baby. There's no way. If you think for a moment.
Oh my God, hi. Oh, how are we sitting? Is it like this? Yeah, it's
Like this.
properly queenly. First things first, welcome to my chat show. Thank you so much. How are you both doing?
Yeah, fabulous, thank
great.
you. Excited to see you.
It's
Good
nice to
be
see you
here.
as well.
Yeah.
We've met a few times. I don't think we've met before.
I don't think we have.
So I'm just like properly fangirling right now. Just like, oh my God, they made my favorite musical. This is the best day of my life. Oh my goodness. So what actually initiated the process of you coming up with the idea to write Six?
So we were at uni, and the Musical Theatre Society wanted to take an original musical to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and I applied with like the criteria of the kind of show I'd want to do, which was like, you know, an all-female cast, something that had a famous subject matter, something that you had pop music and played around with the form a bit. And I was thinking, you know, when I got the gig, I was like, okay, what's like a famous group of women from history? And the first that came to mind was, you know, obviously Six Miles
Spice
Behind with the
Girls. Sorry.
the Spice Girls, but Spice World had been taken, unfortunately. But it wasn't a big deal. So then the Six Wives and Henry VIII came after that, and then I was like, okay, how would that work with pop music? Maybe a pop concert, fit it all in an hour. And then I rang Lucy, and I was like, are you free?
Good. Well, the thing about that is I've written a couple of shows that I've taken to the Edinburgh Fringe, and none of them on the West End or Broadway or anywhere else. There's not a cruise cast of them at all. So Lucy, what do you think the spark is behind Six that's really given it this worldwide fandom?
Oh my gosh, such a good question. I kind of think it's because it's pop music, which is the kind of stuff that we love to listen to. I feel like it speaks to like audiences who maybe don't necessarily think of themselves as like traditional musical theatre fans, but then it also kind of like fits within the kind of other West End shows in a way. And I think also just like we were at a time when everyone really wanted to see more like women claiming their space and kind of reclaiming their stories. So I think it's kind of the girl power meets the pop music.
Oh, and we'd love to see it. Now I've got to ask, what was the first song that you actually wrote for the musical?
I think the first bit of music for the show was the chorus of Ex-Wives, of like me on my Casio keyboard in my uni room. We're like,
I think you were on holiday and you sent me
Oh,
like
yeah, I
voice
did a little
note of
garage
you.
band thing
It
and
was
I was
like,
like,
you doing all the
what do
harmonies.
you think? It's a hit. What do you think? And then we wrote the lyrics for our Edinburgh Fringe application. But the first one we wrote together was No Way.
Yeah, no
I
way
believe.
in
Yeah.
the same room.
I mean, drop the original GarageBand tracks, please. We'd love to hear them.
Bonus
Honestly.
tracks on the vinyl.
Yeah. Which of the songs took you the longest to write? I feel like I'm just dropping like such aggressive questions right now. Tell me your truth immediately.
That long?
I think it was weirdly the choruses of Get Down took forever. Like the verses we just like bashed out. We were like, oh my gosh, we'll, like put something about pheasant in there, ha ha. And then we were like trying to come up with like this like simple chorus, and we were going like, okay, you said that Hans Holbein tricked you because of my profile picture, but I had to paint the town red. Like we were just doing all these like horrible metaphors, and it just was, that took us forever, didn't it?
Yeah, and then you like text me or rung me in the library like, picture, profile picture, tricked you. You said I tricked you, profile picture. And I was like, done. Done. It's a hit.
I love that. But just casually dropping something about pheasant in there, just wherever you can.
Casual pheasant.
Now, I feel like we all know that the Queens are sort of loosely based on pop divas. Do we all know that? Yes? Yes, we're all familiar with that. How did you sort of assign a pop diva to each of the Queens? What made you choose Adele for Seymour, for example?
Well, it was kind of half about what we wanted to do with the story in terms of like what part of their story we wanted to tell. And then kind of half of it was like dramaturgical. So like with Catherine of Aragon, she has quite a sad story towards the end of her life. And at first we were kind of talking about like, well, you know, she could have this really beautiful ballad, but we're like, it's the first song. It needs to be the kind of one that sets the bar of like what people are expecting from like a feminist six wives story. Basically, okay, so it's like the kind of song that's like Henry, sit down, shut up. And then I was like, okay, well, like what kind of like songs, what kind of genre of song is that in the pop world? It was like, oh, it's like a Beyonce Crazy in Love, a kind of like J-Lo thing. So that's kind of where that Catherine of Aragon idea came from. And then I think, yeah, with Jane Seymour and Adele, I think it was like, we were like, there's been a lot of crazy energy going on in the show, and we probably needed a little moment to like pull back. And also because of her story of her dying, obviously, so we were like, okay, well, she can have this sort of beautiful ballad. So it kind of was about like how they tracked in order narratively. But then also like, so for example, with Catherine Howard, we were like, oh, we want to show this story of like a young woman who's kind of like been sexualized, and then and like, so we were like, okay, well, like, what about a sort of like Disney star kind of pop star who, you know, that kind of like Miley Cyrus Can't Be Tamed era where she's like trying to sort of like break away from the child star thing. So that's kind of how we.
That was a good Miley era as well. Loved it.
Fantastic Miley
Loved it.
era.
Were there any other pop divas that you sort of considered using that maybe fell by the wayside? I'm trying to get the tea here.
Well, I mean, what's funny is that every time we do a there were the ones that like inspired the songwriting process. But what's funny is that every time that we do the production, that the kind of like palette of diva references changes for the performer, because we ask them to like think of their like how they want to do the role and like what, you know, what their inspirations and what their references personally would be. And so we have like so many like different pop stars that are like cropping up in like different productions, which is really, really cool. And yeah.
So what you're saying is when I finally go on for Cleves, I can reference RuPaul. That's what I took from that.
Well, mine is Tia Coffee, so that would be, you know.
Oh, brilliant. Stream the album. Thanks, guys. So recording the album must have been a huge moment for both of you. Also, round of applause for the cast album. Thank you. Gorgeous. Did you think that it would sort of be the global success that it was from sort of the recording process?
Yes.
Yes.
Every step of the way. Like, no, obviously not. No, it was like, every part of Six is beyond any expectation we ever had for it, which was, you know, beyond the fact that we had managed to like finish writing it and put it on the Edinburgh Fringe in 2017. That was kind of like the height of my expectation. So anything beyond that, including the album, the success that it's had is yeah.
Yeah. Though I think there were some moments, like during the making of it, like I'm thinking about when we kind of first heard the Queens go into the warm-ups before they actually sang through, and we were like, oh my goodness, they're so good. And then like I think there was a time when we were at Tom the orchestrator's house, and we like put the like bass on the chorus of No Way, and we were like, wait, this is amazing, and we were like, this is kind of iconic. So that was, I feel like, when we were like, maybe this is good.
I love the fact that you've had the opportunity as well to actually go and see it performed on Broadway as well, which must have been just such a moment. Like, how did it feel seeing your musical up in lights in the US of A?
The US of A. Yeah, it was super cool. It was really, really cool. Just because, you know, like the significance of Broadway in the musical theatre community is, you know, it's huge. And so seeing our show, I think we both had this thing of like when we were watching like the previews and the runs this time around, having like loads of flashbacks to like different like early versions of the show along the way. And then like you come back into the room and you're like, oh wow, I'm literally in a Broadway theatre. This is wild. But yeah, it was really, really fun. Like the cast there are sensational, as are the band, and so it was just such a delight to see them again and to see them doing their thing because they're really good. They're amazing.
That's amazing. I want to see it on a cruise. I hear they've got an unlimited buffet as well there, which is lovely. It's gorgeous. Now, the album Queens have obviously gone on to do absolutely amazing things. How does it feel to see your baby sort of blossoming?
Well, I feel like as soon as they like first performed the show, I was like, okay, they're officially too famous to be our friends now. Like they're just so talented. So like watching them kind of like go through the world and just like, you know, take over the industry is just really, I don't know, we're like, I can't believe we know them. It's like, it feels very exciting.
Well, speaking of album queens, this is what you like to call a segue, everyone. Speaking of album queens, they are obviously here, and we couldn't resist the opportunity to give them a special moment. So please put your hands together. No way. Well, actually, yes way. It's Arrogant, Renee Lamb. Woo! Don't lose your head for Berlin. It's Christina Modesto. The still reigning icon, Jane Seymour. It's Natalie Paris. All you want to do is cheer for Kay Howard. It's Amy Atkinson. And she don't need it, but give her some love. It's Catherine Parr Azuka Hoyle. Oh, don't they look gorgeous? Give us the wave, queens. Oh, they look wonderful. Queens, you look amazing. If you'd like to make your way down to join us, we'll get back to Toby and Lucy for a sec while you come down. Now, before we do go back, obviously you will have noticed that our album Cleaves, Genesis Linnea, is not here. In fact, you might be able to say she couldn't get down here for film. I didn't write the script, okay, this is not on me. But we do have a very special video from Genesis. Take it away.
When I get bored, I ride a tractor. So sorry I can't be with you. I'm filming on set with the new tractor, Macy Ferguson, but have a good time. Bye. Get down.
Oh, let's get a round of applause for Genesis, everyone. That's why I came in my swing costume, ready to go on as Cleaves. Now, Toby, Lucy, we've got a couple more questions that have come in from our gorgeous TikTok audience, and I will ask them in a slightly rapid-fire fashion, because why not? Let's switch it up. Do you know what I mean? If you had to perform a song from Six for karaoke, which one would it be and why?
Get Down, because I want to be Cleaves.
Same.
I Need Your Love because I did it already, so I know the words.
Oh, that was an iconic moment. You actually did, you went on for Catherine Parr at one point.
Why would you bring that up?
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. How did you actually feel being on stage in your gorgeous band alternate costume?
Oh my God, also
performing?
Absolutely terrifying. Completely terrifying. I was like, oh wow, like, you know, landing jokes and singing songs at the same time is really hard. But no, it was also really fun to spend some time with the cast, and yeah, it was great. Good vibes, good times.
Well, if you don't feel like it next time, I'm available. Lucy, who would you most want to go on for?
No one. I would think I would just cry and walk off stage because
Jane Seymour.
So Jane Seymour. So I'd channel that energy into Jane's performance.
I can see you as a Jane Seymour. I feel like you give the raw emotion.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's a compliment. Absolutely. Which lyric are you most proud of? Or lyrics? Can choose multiple lyrics. Putting you on the spot, aren't I? It's a bit like Countdown.
I like the my loyalty is to the Vatican. So if you want to dump me, try to dump me. You won't try that again. Neither will I.
Yeah, no.
What about you? What's your
Oh my
favourite
God,
lyric?
the Acres one.
Oh,
How's it go?
when I get bored, I go,
On
no,
the spot.
hunting.
I want to go
worth.
hunting and
Yeah.
eat takers. I'm not fakers. I got acres. That was a fun
Nice
time.
rhyme.
Yeah, it was a good time writing that one.
I'm a big fan of the spoken word line, the winning contestant is the most Protestant. Protestant. Iconic. I warned you, I'm off book, dear. Don't worry about it. Final question. What is the most unusual place that you've seen the effect of Six? Or as we like to call it, the Six effect?
When I was on a bus on holiday, and someone who was American, he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I said, "London," and the first thing he said was, "Have you seen Six?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm one of the writers," and he just didn't believe me, and then I had to show him my ID and the Spotify album, streaming now, and I was like, yeah, and he was like, "Oh wow," and now we're friends.
Oh, cute. Round of applause for friendship, everyone.
That's what the message of the show is. Friendship.
Lucy, what's the most unusual place you've seen the Six effect?
I don't know. We bought an illegal merchandise Six Baby Grow for one of the producers of Sam, the producer of the album's Baby. So it was pretty weird going on Etsy and being like, "There's so many Baby Grows with Six lyrics on."
Oh my goodness. That's so intense. That's a lot. And all of those babies are called Mary. Why not? Sure. Why not? Little show reference. Right. I feel like it's about time that we bring on the queens themselves. How would we feel about that? So please put your hands together, unless you're holding a phone at home because you might drop it. Please put your hands together for the album Queens of Six. Here they are. Oh, that looks stunning. Come on up, babes. Come on up. Don't know where you're going to pop yourselves. Only got 2 remaining chairs. Come on in. Hi. Well, it's so good to meet you. You all look gorgeous. I'm not going to lie, I'm very intimidated and shy right now because you're all my faves. I can't cope. First things first, how are you all doing?
Good.
You excited for the event?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I've got to ask some questions about the actual recording process. So, have you got any secrets, any tea from behind the scenes of recording the album?
Why is everyone looking at me?
I mean, you gave us the face.
Why me? Right. Secrets, I don't know. More like funny stories? Yeah? So the best one. I mean, you tell this one the best, though. The stairs one.
That's not the recording, though.
Oh.
You mean the recording, right?
Do you know what? That sounds interesting. I'll take
Go on,
either.
babe, take it away.
I want to hear about the
God.
stairs.
Well, we originally, when we first did the show, we learned it in 2 weeks, and it was like brand spanking new. So we just used to have moments where we just used to completely like go, what's coming next, what's coming next, what's coming next? And there was this one moment we were all sort of looking at each other, weren't we? And we were like, we don't know where we need to be. And we all just sort of like side-saddled up the steps at the same time to get to our positions. And it was just hilarious. I also headbutted the Proscenium Arch at one point, which was,
Oh, gorgeous. Did you recover? Were you all right?
yeah, it's what we do for our art, babes, do you know?
I love it. Well, a little birdie told me that there might be some secret additional voices on the iconic woof moment on the album. Care to shed some light to who those might be?
There is
Don't know who
an
they are.
Yeah, Lucy and I both went into the booth to go, woof. So So yeah, we are on the album. Thank you so much. Yeah, I haven't warmed up even, so that was
Oh,
off the
my
cuff.
woof, 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 woof. Yeah, it's there. It's there.
Okay, you can be on it next time.
Thank you. This is my audition. I've told you. That's what we're doing. Now, Renee and Christina, thank you so much for being here. I've heard that you've actually ducked out of rehearsals to come and join us. So round of applause for that commitment. We love it. Fantastically Great Women opens in Southampton next week. And you both actually, as we know, played historical female figures before in Six. So, Renee, can you tell us a bit about the show and how it's all going?
Yeah, so it is a new show called Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World. Me and Christina are both in it. Third time we've worked together now.
I know, we keep following each other around.
Yeah, I don't know who's
I love
following
her.
who, but
I'm following you. I'm in it.
It's me. I'm following both of you. I saw Little Shop, yeah.
yeah, so it's a really cute show. It's based on the famous book by Kate Pankhurst, and it's just got fantastic women who changed the world. And it's a multi-role piece, so we all play a few different women, and we kind of navigate the story through Jade's perspective, which is the little girl, and we're like teaching her that she doesn't have to do something or be someone in order to change the world. She can do that just by being herself and being fantastic. And yeah, it's a beautiful little show, lots of really nice moments. This one's fantastic in it, and you should all come and see it.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Let's do it. We'll pop down to Southampton. Now, Christina, you actually have had a bit of a moment on TikTok. Can I get a dramatic ooh? There have been a lot of Don't Lose Your Head TikToks. Have you watched any of them, and how does it feel to be immortalised via TikTok choreography?
I've actually got a bit of a confession. I'm an absolute dinosaur with social media. So I've been sent them as links, and I have watched loads of them, but I'm not actually. Maybe I should just get on TikTok. And maybe I should do some like duet with me's. Would you guys duet with me? Maybe I should do it. Yeah. But it's insane. Like, it's insane. I didn't really realise the kind of just the platform of it and how massive it is. So it's bonkers. It like blows my mind when people I sort of sometimes get like sent the figures, and I'm like, it's been played this many times, and I just think that's bonkers. So yeah, it's really humbling and awesome. I'm glad people like it.
Absolutely. And on that note, thank you once again to our partners at TikTok for joining us. Natalie, you are still in the show. In fact, I think you actually might have reigned longer in Six than Jane Seymour actually reigned.
Do you know what? I actually predicted that you were going to say something like that. I have, yes.
You have. It's amazing. How does it feel to be entering your final few weeks in the show? Can I get an R?
I know. Yeah, it just feels a bit weird, especially being here today with the girls. Like, it's been such a journey, and a huge part of my life for like nearly 4 years, which is crazy. So, yeah, it feels very surreal. I feel like I hasn't really sunk in yet until probably the last show, and then I'll probably be Erect singing Heart of Stone, so that's great.
Fits with the song. And to be honest, you've been a huge part of our lives as well. I've seen the show 6 times, and I've seen you 6 times in it. It's absolutely amazing. So, round of applause for Natalie. She enters the final week. So, Amy, you went on to perform as Kay Howard in London, and now I believe you're in Pretty Woman just opposite the vaudeville, aren't you? How does it feel to sort of see Six continuing and growing and becoming even more of a success?
Oh, it's amazing. I think every single day there's something new, like it's doing something else. It's just incredible. And it's really nice to be over the road from you now. We're neighbours. So it's really amazing.
That is amazing. And fun fact for everyone at home, I don't know if you know, Amy actually invented the high ponytail. That is... That is
Yeah, that was
true.
me. That was me.
Have you ever been tempted to just like crack it back out, pop over, give a bit of Kay Howard?
Always. I don't know if I know the words, but I'll give it a good old go.
Now, Azuka, you've been very busy recently doing a spot of filming, I've heard. And in fact, you've been shooting a recent Channel 4 drama. Can we get another ooh? Now, we've got to know, how have you put your queen skills into effect in a Channel 4 drama?
Well, I mean, so it's massively a comedy as much as it is a drama. And I think there's like, Six was the first time that I'd done something in also like a workshop vibe. And so I think with comedy, you do have that improv, you have that like
playing and bouncing off each other. And definitely when we first started doing Six, we had that rapport with each other, that freedom, because we still didn't know what we were making until it became this huge, massive thing. And so yeah, there's definitely a bit of that for sure. But it's a different piece. It's, you know, they're different worlds. But it definitely helped me learn how to be able to just fanny around on stage.
I love that. And it's so good to like hear you chat as well, because listening to the album, I've been absolutely obsessed the whole time about how you say survived. Can you give us a cheeky survived now?
Survived.
Now, it's not just the survive. There are actually a bunch of sick beats on the album itself. I was told to say sick beats. Amy, I didn't say it myself. But there were some numbers that didn't actually make it onto the album. And Toby, I don't know if you've noticed, there's actually a keyboard over there, babes.
What?
Do you fancy,
That's what that is.
Yes, it is. It's
Oh my
it's not for
God.
me.
Wow.
Don't suppose you fancy giving our TikTok online viewers an exclusive performance of a never-before-heard Six track.
I'll give it a go.
For Toby Marlowe, everyone.
Oh my gosh. Shall I say what it is?
Go on, Toby, give us a bit of an intro.
So this
to the
is
whole thing.
so something that isn't on the album is the Mega Six in the show, which is like the mega mix at the end where they sing all the bits from all the songs. And the Mega Six went through a series of drafts. And this was a draft that actually was performed, I think, for 2 performances maybe, at the Arts Theatre by this wonderful cast. So I thought we'd just see if we remember it. I don't know.
Do you want me to do it?
Oh, yeah, go on then. Yeah, do we need to do it?
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me off discourteously.
Oh, yeah. For I have loved you.
So long, delighted in your company. Delighted in your
No way.
You must think that I'm crazy. You wanna replace me, baby? There's no way. If you thought you could leave me, you must think I'm naive. Please believe me. There's no sorry.
Sorry, not sorry about what I said. I'm just trying to have some fun.
No way.
Don't worry, don't lose your head. I didn't mean to hurt anyone.
You can
LOL, you can say oh well. I'll try to help.
unbreakable. You wanna do your best, but I'll stand the test. You'll find that I got a heart of stone.
All alone, on a throne, in a battle that I happen to own.
You wanna do
Too bad I don't agree, cause I'm the queen of the castle. Get down, you dirty rascal. All you wanna do, baby, is touch me, love me. I have had enough.
I don't need your love. All you wanna do,
Do, baby, is touch me, love me.
Alas, my love, you do.
We're
through too many times it's been told, and there's no way. 'Cause all you wanna do, baby, is bring me down, but I'm unbreakable. So don't lose your head now. History's been overthrown. We're the queens of the castle. Get down, you dirty rascal. Y'all. Queens leaving the past behind. Historical narrative redefined. A story will come alive when you open your eyes. You will soon
My goodness. That was incredible. Wow. It's going to be up for Toby Barlow, Lucy Moss, and the Queens of Six. Honestly, this is the best day of my life. I'm not even joking. Now, the one you've been waiting for, as you're all watching us on TikTok, and to all of you here live, I get to exclusively reveal the Six vinyl. Give it up for my lady in waiting, Bessie. Go on. Tobes, give us a little flick through, why not? Oh. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, there we go. That's Toby and Lucy. We love it. Do you know what? I think I'm going to have to order one myself. And, funny you should mention it, the links to pre-order it are going to be here on TikTok and on social media. So keep an eye out for them and be the first in the palace to get your hands on the first physical copies that will be available early next year. Now, the Studio Cast album is officially 3, and in just 3 years since it's released, it's achieved incredible streaming figures, become known across the entire globe with Queendom and musical fans knowing it word for word, especially me, literally every lyric, bringing the magic and message of Six to their hearts and making British theatre history. So, to celebrate the 3rd birthday, I didn't bake a cake. I was on Drag Race, not Bake Off, so apologies for that. But I have organised something a little bit more special. So if I could just ask my loyal courtiers to come and join us for a moment. Give it up for the courtiers, everyone. So don't open it yet. Don't open it yet. Queens, on the count of 6, I would like you to reach in and reveal what's inside. Banqueting House, you're going to help me out. We're going to count down from 6. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Queen, I am absolutely delighted to tell you that the original cast studio album of Six has officially reached gold status. That makes you all gold recording artists, which is amazing. And you sold in excess of 100,000 album sales in the UK alone. You've got a gold disc for all of you. It's framed. You can take it home. Oh my goodness, congratulations to Toby, Lucy, our queens past, present and future, and to the creative teams and producers behind the album and the show who keep Six divorced, beheaded and live across the world. All that remains to say is a big thank you to everyone here at Banqueting House and everyone who is watching at home, and to our partners, Historic Royal Palaces and TikTok. Thank you very much. Don't forget, you can catch Six in town, across the world. New York, where are you watching? Australia's coming back soon as well. So make sure you get your tickets, and you can pre-order the vinyl now too. I guess that's all that's left for me to say is thank you so much, everyone. Make sure you open these. Go on. They're gorgeous. Let's have a look. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you to all of you for joining us. So gorgeous. Framed gold albums for everyone. I'll make sure Genesis gets theirs as well. Don't worry about it. So thank you to everyone who has joined us at home. Thank you to all the queens, Toby and Lucy, and everyone who is here at Banqueting House. I guess that's all that's left for me to say is don't lose your heads.
We're one of a kind, no category.